We now continue our team coverage on a fallen hero, Officer Jacob Durbin, ambushed and murdered Saturday night.
Well, the suspect is dead after a SWAT standoff on Sunday. 19 investigator Sarah Goldenberg has been digging into accused gunman Deshawn Vaughn's extensive criminal history. She joins us with what she has uncovered.
Just last week, several arrest warrants issued for 24-year-old Deshawn Vaughn. Cleveland police say he shot a man several times in a drive-by shooting. The victim, the uncle of Vaughn's children. Earlier that day, according to police, Vaughn went to see his kids. The mother refused and he pulled out a gun, threatening her and her brothers. Weeks earlier, police say Vaughn attacked the mother of his kids in front of them, kicking her in the face, grabbing her hair and pulling her braids out. She suffered a broken nose and 2 black eyes. We discovered Vaughn's run-ins with the law started back in 2016 in Lake County when he was a teenager for felonious assault. He was tried as an adult and sentenced to 4 years in prison, getting out in September 2020. In February 2021, members of a gang task force arrested Vaughn and another man in Cleveland's public square for having a gun in his vehicle he wasn't allowed to have. He took a plea deal for 9 months for weapons violations. He was released on post-release control later that year. From 2022 to 2024, we found Vaughn faced several misdemeanors and 2 felonies, winding up in and out of prison and back on post-release control. When police say he shot and killed Officer Jacob Durbin, Vaughn was considered a violator at large, according to the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. The ODRC even noting, quote, "This individual should be considered dangerous and possibly armed. Do not attempt to apprehend this individual."
We were curious why several misdemeanor charges were dismissed against Vaughn back in May of 2022 in Euclid. We reached out to the city prosecutor and found it's because he was already serving time in prison. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
19 News keeping an eye on this investigation and the remembrances for Officer Durbin. We will have continuing coverage on every platform. Download the 19 News app. Updates as soon as they come in.